Hey, what is up, mortals? It is Charlie Rowen here with a new video for you. In this video, we'll dive into Present Mike from My Hero Academia. I just wanted to greet you guys by saying, just sit back and relax, you're in for a treat. So let's get started. In this deep dive, we will be explaining Hisashi Yamada, or better known by his hero name of Present Mike. The first time we see Yamada is when he is choosing his hero name in his first year of UA, and at the same time, giving Aizawa his hero name of Eraserhead. Yamada then became close friends with Aizawa and another UA student named Oboro Shirakumo. We then see Yamada in his next year at UA, where he tries to help Aizawa gain confidence in his abilities, which he has started to doubt. Then Aizawa, Oboro, and Yamada get reminded by their teacher that they haven't been assigned to a hero agency for their hero work studies, although Yamada is able to get a work study with the Buster Union a few days later. We then don't see Yamada for some weeks, until their class reunites for a 2 vs 2 training exercise at UA. At this exercise, Yamada is impressed with Oboro and Aizawa's teamwork during the exercise, but isn't able to talk to them for long since another student challenges Oboro and Aizawa to a fight. Once the battle is over, Yamada and his friends talk about starting a hero agency together once they graduate. Then, a week later, their class all return to their work studies, and during that time, Yamada and the group he's studying under get notified that a villain attack is taking place. Quickly, they arrive taking action, but the villain absorbs everything they throw at it, subsequently being swiftly defeated. Although in the end, Yamada's friend Aizawa was able to defeat the villain, but at the cost of Oboro's life. Oboro's death had a severe impact on Aizawa and Yamada, but it was especially harsh on Aizawa. Where Yamada was able to move on somewhat, Aizawa couldn't, and Aizawa distanced himself from Yamada and the other students. Eventually, though Yamada graduated from UA and started his hero career, he never did start that hero agency with Aizawa. We next see Yamada years later when he has gained experience being a hero, and is only months away from starting his career as a teacher at UA. Yamada was involved in a series of events by an organization known as the Villain Factory, who were trafficking Trigger, which is a drug that boosts a quirk's power and makes the user an instant villain. Since Yamada helped take down some of these instant villains, he got invited to a meeting with the police about the Villain Factory, but isn't able to attend since he has a cold and is going to the doctor. Then, weeks later, he is invited to participate in a musical event organized by Marukane, which he accepts. While at the event, he runs into his old friend Midnight, who asks him if Aizawa is planning on coming. Yamada says he would come if he can, but Midnight thinks he won't come. Then months later, we see Yamada, who helps with the farewell party for Captain Celebrity at the Tokyo Sky Egg. Although the event doesn't go as planned, since it is attacked by bomber villains sent by the Villain Factory. The main objective of these bombers is to kill Captain Celebrity and those at the Sky Egg. The bombers then destroy the supports for the Sky Egg, and Captain Celebrity is forced to hold the whole egg out by himself until help can arrive, but this leaves him completely defenseless. The other heroes that are participating at the event split into 2 groups, of those who will go outside to confront the enemies and the others who will help those in the egg. Yamada gets put on the group that helps those inside the egg. Luckily for everyone though, All Might comes and saves everyone. We then don't see Yamada for some weeks. After a bit, then we see Yamada and Midnight convince Aizawa to join the UA staff with them. After this, we then see Yamada at the start of the series, where he presents the entrance exam to the hero hopefuls. Then we briefly see a scene where Yamada is teaching Class 1A literature, where he tries to keep them focused with his loud antics. Then we see Yamada during the USJ arc, where he and Aizawa try to get the media off of UA property when they bypass their defenses. We then see Yamada later with the other teachers, who come to rescue Class 1A from the villains who had invaded the USJ, where he uses his quirk to subdue multiple villains. Present Mike is then seen as one of the 2 announcers, with Aizawa as the other, during the sports festival. Throughout the festival, Yamada hypes up the viewers of the festival, exaggerating every feat. Side note, he does this because the festival is the place hero agencies see what UA students are made of. The next time we significantly see Yamada is during the final exams, where he battles against Koji Koda and Kyokujiro. Once the battle starts, Yamada stands at the exit gate and shouts, which keeps them in place. Although Jiro is able to somewhat cancel it out with her power until Koda builds up the strength to use his quirk, having bugs crawl all over Yamada. This puts Yamada into a paralyzed state, which allows the 2 students to escape. We then briefly see Yamada during the staff meeting after the forest training camp attack. At this meeting, they discuss their plans to rescue Katsuki Bakugo, and Yamada brings up the idea of there being a traitor at UA, but Midnight and Snipe quickly dismiss his idea. We then next see Yamada with All Might and Aizawa at the Provisional Hero License Training Center. They are there to supervise Shoto and Bakugo's second attempt at passing. While there, they all have a nice chat and attempt to talk with Endeavor, who came to support Shoto, but he doesn't respond to them. We then see Yamada sometime later where he is informed that his friend Oboro is actually alive, but he has somehow become the villain Kurogiri. The police then bring Aizawa and Yamada in to attempt to get through to and question Kurogiri. Although Yamada isn't able to get through to him, and Aizawa is only able to get one word out of him after a whole heartfelt speech. Sadly though, that's all we have on Yamada's story as of writing this. So now let's move on to Yamada's appearance. Yamada is a tall, slim man with long blonde hair, which he sticks straight up, as well as having a small mustache. His eyes are greenish with yellow pupils, and he's almost always seen with a smile on his face. Yamada's hero costume consists of a black jacket with a tall collar with matching black boots and pants. He also wears a neck speaker, which amplifies his voice sound. Yamada's personality is similar to a radio host, often talking lots in an excited-sounding manner, but he's able to tone it down, depending on what he's doing and who he's with. For example, when he is with Aizawa. Moving on to Yamada's abilities, he has a keen intellect, being one of the first teachers to suggest the idea of a traitor at UA, even having decent reasons for his thought. Yamada is also bilingual, being able to speak both English and Japanese. We know this since he is the English teacher at UA. Yamada also has the quirk of voice, which allows him to increase his voice's volume. He's even able to go so loud that he can make people's ears bleed from a far distance. Although his quirk is weak to being underground, since sound doesn't travel well underground. Yamada also uses one piece of equipment called the directional speaker system, which sits on his neck and allows him to amplify his voice in a specific direction. And finally, before you go, here's a fun fact. When Yamada was born, his cries somewhat damaged his parents' and his doctor's eardrums. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in all this information thus far. I hope you enjoyed it. Now there's a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, if you're in the mood for some great storytelling, We the Celestials has got you covered. Our We the Celestials, My Hero Academia, and Naruto What If channels retell the story of their namesake anime with a twist. Check it out if you're interested. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details can be found in the description below. Lastly, if you're interested in what we do here at We the Celestials, then I'd like to extend you an invitation to join the team. The only caveat being we only accept members from 16 years and up to join our crew. You can sign up for whichever category fulfills your interests by joining the recruitment Discord using the link in the description below. We're always looking for more members to join us. Well, that's it from us for today's video, so thank you all for watching, and have a great day!